So Greg, we're here, beautiful, crisp morning. You guys were different from most of our builds because you were virtual from North Carolina,
right.
You and Rhonda. So how did that work for you building with us?
It was amazingly simple and such a relief to work with you, Robert. It was kind of a scary process, I think, to start something like this when you're local and you're able to visit the site every day. But we didn't have that option, right? We did everything remote. So everything you did to communicate with us where we're at with each step was awesome and kept us in the loop. You sent pictures. So we knew exactly what you were seeing every day.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely challenging trying to make sure that the expectations we set are carried through and that any expectations you have as a buyer are understood by us because, like you said, you don't have that luxury of visiting. And so we needed to make sure we got it right the first time.
Right. So the line of communication that we established was just the best way to deal with it. And, daily conversations, text messages, anytime you had a question that popped up, you sent me some kind of communication, whether it's through the app or through text or email, phone calls, and we handled every situation that came along.
That's great. Thank you. And so what did we do to make the process more streamlined? It's overwhelming building a home. Most people haven't done it. You have experience, but what do we do to streamline that more?
So your building plan at the beginning set the stage for reducing any questions that were unanswered prior to building, right? We laid out what materials we wanted, how we wanted the house to be located, roof lines, window placement, door placement, lights placement, the light fixtures, the kitchen sink, faucets.
Surround sound.
Yeah, surround sound. Yeah, I had specific wiring instructions for how I wanted my surround sound wired.
Yeah.
Such as I want all the wires to be of equal length for each pair of speakers. That's important for good sound quality. And your team carried out all of that for me. And so when we did have little questions, it was about trivial things that were easy to take care of over the phone or through text.
Yeah, that's good there. You're a very detail-oriented person, which is good because you know what you want, but it also led for a lot of detail in the build. Yes. And a lot of communication between you and the trades to make sure that, the speaker wires were the same length on each pair. Right. Just little things like that you wouldn't think of naturally, or if you didn't have experience.
Exactly.
So, what do you feel like helped you the most as a buyer that we did, or what factor would be most important?
Number one was the integrity of working with you and your team, right? I quickly learned that I could trust any decisions that you needed to make on my behalf, since you were on site and could physically see and touch whatever it was that was raising a question.
Yeah. So
I felt very quickly I became very comfortable with all of your team to take care of any question I had. If you said you were going to do something, you did it. And I remember several times I said, well, we don't have a good solution. I trust your judgment.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a decision.
Yeah, and we appreciate that trust. If the trust is not there, that's the building block of a relationship. And in home building, we're in a relationship for 6 months.
Right.
We've got a lot of things to do together. So appreciate that on both sides. So how would you describe the attention to detail that we took in your home?
I felt like your attention to detail met my attention to detail. So again,
that's saying something.
And I have a great attention to detail because I've done a lot of my own building over the years. I couldn't this time because I was remote. I've done several remodels on all the houses I've owned. So through that experience, I've learned what I want, what I don't want, what works well, what doesn't work well. It seemed like you and I are always on the same page. But we came to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
As soon as we verbalized it, it's like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So how did you find us?
Quite by chance and luck. I found a realtor that was excellent to work with. And we were here on a site visit back in July of 2024. And on the last day, we had made a decision to go with a builder that we'd found the day before. And then our realtor said, hey, let's check out this land here. And you were the builder. And we switched at the last minute to Robert and his team. And what a blessing that was, because it's just been a wonderful experience all the way through. I don't see how I could have found a better builder. I really don't.
I appreciate that. Truly. You really already spoke to this mostly, but do you feel like you could entrust your home to Homes by Gellenbeck, and why?
Yes. Whether you know what you want in your home and you need other people to make the decisions or not, Homes by Gellenbeck would be the only choice I would pick. There's just no thought put into it. They're the ones to go with. And this isn't a paid testimonial. I mean, I seriously, honestly mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you. What did we do to make it less overwhelming? Talked a little bit about this, but specifically, home building is overwhelming. They say it's the hardest thing on marriage. Our goal is to make it a fun thing for marriage, but what did we do specifically that helped with that overwhelm?
Again, I would say it would have to be the communication and all the different ways that we communicated. I enjoy the building process. You make it easy. Put those all together, and it came out to be a great project.
Good. It was fun on both ends.
Yes, it was.
It was enjoyable.
It's like I want to go build another one.
So if somebody was interested in building with Homes by Gellenbeck, what would you tell them? What would be your advice?
Simply put, you can't go wrong with Robert and his team. They know what they're doing. They do what they say. They do it with integrity. They'll keep you in the loop the whole way through. They'll consult with you and make sure that you get the home that you're looking for.
That's our goal. So we're glad that's been your experience. And then, really, I think that's it.
Do you have any last thoughts?
A question I always use to ask someone when I'm interested in a product they have bought is, would you buy it again? Right? That's the one question that answers no. If it's no, then they don't like it. If it's yes, then they do. So if you ask me, would I go with Robert Gellenbeck again? Absolutely, I would.
Appreciate that.